Mars, the red planet, might soon become humanity's second home. Or will it? Elon Musk has just announced a shocking new timeline for reaching Mars. Uncrewed missions in 2 years, humans in 4. But here's the twist. Experts are already questioning if this timeline is realistic or a recipe for disaster. SpaceX's Starship promises groundbreaking innovation, but it's no stranger to fiery failures. The $1 billion price tag per ton to Mars is another staggering hurdle. This cost must drop by 10,000 times to make life sustainable on another planet. And don't forget, SpaceX has committed the same Starship for NASA's Artemis moon mission. Can they meet such colossal expectations simultaneously? What's more, every failure brings risks not only to the mission but to SpaceX's financial future. Musk himself warned in 2020 that delays in Starship could push SpaceX toward bankruptcy. Is SpaceX ready to make history, or are we headed for disappointment? Let's find out. 1. The billion-dollar problem. The journey to Mars isn't just about technological breakthroughs, it's about economics. Elon Musk recently revealed that it costs approximately $1 billion to send just 1 ton of material to Mars. To build a self-sustaining city on the red planet, this cost must be reduced dramatically, to just $100,000 per ton. While this goal is visionary, achieving such a drastic reduction is an immense challenge. Musk believes that reusable rockets like SpaceX's Starship are the key to this transformation. By creating a rocket that can be launched, landed, and relaunched multiple times, SpaceX has already proven the potential for cost savings with its Falcon 9. However, taking this concept from Earth orbit to interplanetary travel requires a leap in engineering, materials, and efficiency. The fear. Cutting costs on this scale could lead to safety compromises. For instance, NASA's Mars missions often cost billions because of their meticulous attention to detail, ensuring that every aspect of the mission is prepared for the planet's harsh environment. Critics worry that SpaceX's aggressive cost-cutting could lead to devastating failures, particularly in an environment as unforgiving as Mars, where minor errors could have catastrophic consequences. Moreover, even if costs are reduced, other expenses remain. Establishing a city on Mars involves infrastructure, food production, life support systems, and more. These all add to the financial burden, making the $100,000 per ton goal appear even more ambitious. Musk acknowledges these challenges, calling them extremely difficult, but not impossible. SpaceX's ability to secure funding is also critical. Private investors, government contracts, and Starlink's revenue stream are currently propping up the company's finances. However, if confidence in SpaceX wavers due to failed missions or delays, funding could dry up, putting the Mars mission at risk. Second, Starship's unpredictable journey. SpaceX's Starship is the backbone of Elon Musk's Mars ambitions, but its development has been anything but smooth. Starship has undergone multiple test flights, each riddled with issues. From explosions during landing to re-entry failures, the project has faced significant setbacks. While progress has been made, critics argue that the rocket is far from ready for a mission as complex as Mars. Musk's timeline adds even more pressure. The next Earth-Mars transfer window is just 2 years away, and Musk plans to launch uncrewed Starship missions to the red planet within that time frame. These missions aim to test the rocket's reliability and its ability to land safely on Mars. However, given Starship's track record, skeptics question whether this timeline is realistic or overly optimistic. Adding to the complexity, Starship is also slated for NASA's Artemis program, which aims to return humans to the moon. This means SpaceX must develop and refine 2 distinct Starship variants simultaneously, one for lunar missions and one for Mars. While the 2 projects share similarities, their requirements are vastly different, stretching SpaceX's resources thin. The risks are immense. A failed uncrewed mission to Mars could delay the timeline by years, while a failed Artemis mission could damage SpaceX's reputation with NASA and other stakeholders. These challenges raise questions about whether SpaceX can juggle multiple high-stakes projects without compromising quality or safety. Despite these concerns, Musk remains unwavering in his optimism. He has a history of setting ambitious goals and eventually achieving them, albeit often later than initially promised. For example, the Falcon 9 faced years of delays and failures before becoming a reliable workhorse for space travel. Musk argues that Starship will follow a similar trajectory, overcoming its challenges through iteration and innovation. However, time is not on SpaceX's side. With the next transfer window approaching rapidly, every setback becomes more costly, both financially and in terms of public perception. 3. Competing missions, limited resources. SpaceX isn't just focused on Mars. It's also committed to NASA's Artemis program, which aims to land humans on the Moon for the first time in decades. While the Moon mission might seem like a stepping stone to Mars, it presents its own set of challenges and risks, particularly when it comes to resource allocation. The Artemis program requires a specialized version of Starship designed for lunar landings. This lunar Starship must support astronauts, provide life support, and facilitate safe landings and takeoffs on the Moon's surface. Meanwhile, the Mars-bound Starships are cargo-focused, tasked with testing landing reliability and cargo deployment on Mars. On paper, the two missions may seem complementary, but in reality, they compete for SpaceX's time, expertise, and resources. Here's the concern. Can SpaceX successfully balance two monumental projects at once? Splitting focus between Mars and the Moon increases the risk of delays, technical failures, and budget overruns. Each project requires extensive testing, manufacturing, and launch operations. A failure in one mission could have ripple effects, delaying or even jeopardizing the other. Furthermore, the sheer volume of launches needed to support both missions is staggering. Musk has estimated that dozens of Starship launches will be required to refuel and prepare for interplanetary travel. These launches must happen flawlessly to stay on schedule. However, even minor issues could cascade into significant delays, putting both the Artemis and Mars timelines in jeopardy. The risks of human missions. Elon Musk's ultimate goal is to send humans to Mars, but this dream comes with staggering risks. Unlike uncrewed missions, which primarily test hardware, human missions introduce a whole new set of challenges, including life support, radiation protection, and psychological resilience. Musk himself has acknowledged that the first human missions to Mars are unlikely to succeed, raising serious ethical questions about the safety and feasibility of these plans. Even if the uncrewed missions succeed, finding volunteers for the first human missions is another challenge. While many dream of being pioneers, the reality of a one-way trip to Mars is daunting. Astronauts will face extreme isolation, limited resources, and the constant threat of equipment failure. The psychological toll of such a mission cannot be underestimated. Radiation is another significant concern. Mars lacks a magnetic field, exposing its surface to high levels of cosmic radiation. Long-term exposure could cause serious health issues for astronauts, including cancer and neurological damage. Developing effective radiation shielding is critical, but current technology is far from perfect. Moreover, the Martian environment is unforgiving. With temperatures dropping to -80 degrees Fahrenheit and dust storms lasting for months, survival on Mars will require robust systems that have been tested extensively. Rushing human missions before these systems are perfected could lead to catastrophic outcomes. Musk's vision is undeniably inspiring, but the risks of human missions to Mars loom large. The question remains, is it ethical to push forward with such high-stakes missions without decades of preparation? For now, the dream of humans on Mars is as perilous as it is exciting. 5. Financial storm clouds. SpaceX's Mars mission isn't just a technological challenge, it's a financial gamble. The costs of developing Starship, launching missions, and eventually building a city on Mars are astronomical. Musk has admitted that SpaceX's financial stability hinges on the success of its Starship program, making every delay and failure a potential crisis. One of SpaceX's key revenue streams is Starlink, its satellite internet service. Musk has warned that delays in Starship launches could jeopardize Starlink's rollout, putting the company at risk of bankruptcy. With Starship development consuming massive amounts of resources, balancing short-term revenue needs with long-term Mars ambitions is a delicate act. Adding to the financial strain, SpaceX must compete with other players in the space industry. Blue Origin, China's space program, and traditional aerospace giants like Boeing are all advancing their own space exploration initiatives. Falling behind in this race could erode investor confidence, making it harder for SpaceX to secure the funding needed for its Mars mission. Building a sustainable city on Mars is a decades-long project with no immediate returns. Private investors and government contracts can only support the mission for so long before demanding results. If SpaceX fails to deliver on its ambitious timeline, funding could dry up, putting the entire project in jeopardy. Critics also question the financial feasibility of Musk's cost projections. Reducing the cost of sending materials to Mars from $1 billion to $100,000 per ton is an ambitious goal that hinges on achieving unprecedented technological breakthroughs. While SpaceX has made remarkable progress with reusable rockets, the leap required to meet this goal is monumental. Many industry experts believe the $100,000 target is overly optimistic, especially given the additional costs of developing life support systems, habitats, and infrastructure for a Martian colony. Moreover, Musk's vision relies on economies of scale. The idea is that by launching Starships at an exponentially higher rate, costs per launch will decrease. However, this strategy assumes that the technology will function flawlessly and that there will be consistent demand for interplanetary transport. Any hiccup in production, launch cadence, or technological reliability could derail these financial projections. Will SpaceX overcome the odds and establish a human presence on Mars, or is this timeline setting us up for disappointment? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe in Musk's vision, or are the risks too great? Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more updates on space exploration, technology, and beyond. Turn on notifications so you're the first to know when we post. Together, let's keep exploring the future.